Arsenal fans, if you're excited that Kieran Tierney signed a new contract with Arsenal of a 5-year deal, I've got something for certain Arsenal fans that would be excited that Ben White deal will be done. So I think Yoclix or someone else also commented that why are we going up after Ben White? Do we need him? Is he the right kind of signing that Arsenal are making in the right direction? I'll be addressing that also in this episode, courtesy of certain opinions and of course one stat. Probably a couple of stats. Okay. So let's talk about the first thing that we have for you. Chris Wheatley tweets out that Rob Holding is away right now, working hard ahead of pre-season. Arteta considers him as part of the Arsenal leadership group and highly unlikely to be going anywhere next season. So Chris Wheatley also shared this stat of last season. You could see Rob Holding, David Luiz, Gabriel Magalhaes and Pablo Mari being compared with each other, and you can see the goals conceded and the amount of defensive duels that if you can see, the more aerial duels one was by Rob Holding amongst all the Arsenal defenders. Aerials attempted was 119, was the highest amongst all the defenders of Arsenal. And then you could see tackles, he has the most tackles. He doesn't have most of the interceptions though. He's not an interception guy, he's just a more solid tackling guy. Gabriel had the most amount of interceptions. If you can see the clearances, Rob Holding. Blocks, Rob Holding. Leading to goals or shots, he's not that kind of a creative guy. David Luiz, Magalhaes and Pablo Mari are ahead of him. Penalties conceded, none. Fouls conceded, 18. And Pablo Mari, since he played very less amount of game, I think passing accuracy has been less than Pablo Mari, of course, but he's played less games. And also Gabriel Magalhaes had a better passing accuracy as well. So if you can see per 90, it's different ball game. So Rob Holding clearly was one of the best Arsenal defenders last season, the best Arsenal defender last season. And now the question is, why are we signing Ben White? Wait, my friend. So first, let's announce. It's already announced. I'm not going to do something special, as it is this channel is rubble. So Kieran Tierney has signed a new long-term contract with Arsenal. Since joining Arsenal from Celtic in the summer of 2019, the Scotland international has impressed with his consistently high-quality performances, making 62 appearances and becoming an integral part of the team. So, what did Arteta or Edu have to say about the Kieran Tierney signing? Edu says, "We are so pleased to have agreed a new long-term deal with Kieran. Anyone who has seen him play will recognize very quickly that he's a player of huge ability. But I can tell you that he's also a player with a fantastic attitude and mentality." Kieran's new contract is not just about the present and next season, it's with a long-term vision and Kieran being an integral part of the future of the club. Mikel Arteta added, "This is great news for us today. As manager of the club, speaking on behalf of the coaching staff and the entire staff, it's a pleasure to work with KT. His quality, energy, commitment and professionalism, not only on match days but every day in training, are always at such a high level. KT gives us so much strength both defensively and offensively, and it's great to know that he'll be with us for the long term. I know all the fans will join me, the players and staff, in looking forward to seeing KT playing in an Arsenal shirt for a few more years." I'm pretty much sure they're wanting more and more about that. So it's official, he has signed a 5-year deal at Arsenal. Next step will be to extend Emil Smith-Rowe's contract until June 2026. That's the tweet from Fabrizio Romano. We're going to come back on that topic again, but let's talk about James Maddison. So Fabrizio Romano via Arsenal Loon says Arsenal are convinced Maddison could be the perfect player for the number 10 position at Arsenal. So he is the real target. It's not yet advanced from Leicester's side. They say if they want him, they have to make an offer. They're aware of the interest, but there isn't advanced negotiations between the clubs. It will take some time. He's a real target for Arsenal because the first choice, Odegaard, was saying they want him back at Real Madrid. Madrid have decided to sell Isco and keep Odegaard. We'll come back on that Odegaard thing, okay? Don't lose me. Don't lose me, Arsenal fans. I'll come back to that. So, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang keeping up his fitness with Greek side AO Mykonos ahead of pre-season. Amazing experience for those youngsters training alongside AFC captain. This was tweeted by Chris Wheatley. So, Aubameyang is keeping his fresh fitness with the youngsters. They got more to learn from him. Crazy stuff. But here's Cedric Soares, who shares the images of Lacazette and Sam Wilson. If you're guessing who the hell is Sam Wilson, well, he's first team strength and conditioning coach at Arsenal. So both these guys are actually making sure that they're fit So Cedric tweets out this image and shares the caption, making sure my mates Lacazette and Sam Wilson are enjoying the Portuguese sun. So they're training hard with the sun in mind. So they want to really squeeze out the preseason. And I love that from Alex Lacazette. Always gives us 200%. Love him. Florentino Perez says, hear this carefully, what Florentino Perez said. According to Tom Allnut, he says that we have 35 players. Real Madrid have 35 players and can only register 25. Ceballos, Kubo, Odegaard, we can't fit them all. We are talking with players and their agents. We have a lot of young players. If they can't develop here, they can go on loan and come back. So Odegaard wants to stay, but doesn't look like he's in the plans for the first team. So if he's not, he would be going out on loan. So looks like Arsenal's resistance might pay off. Moving on, this is how Kieran Tierney was actually announced. He celebrated his announcing, with Frimpong saying that he signed a new deal, and he actually celebrated with that. I mean, Kieran Tierney is a bliss to have in your club. Moving on, I've got some really controversial news for you guys. And Arsenal defender William Saliba has been called up to the France national team for the Tokyo Olympics this summer, which takes place between July 23rd to August of 8th. There's a problem with that. So if that's the case, then he would actually miss the start of the season. Yeah? He would actually miss the start of the season. But here's a problem with it. There's a big issue with that. Now, what's the issue with that? So the only problem with that is that actually sources at Monaco and Rennes confirmed to Get French Football News that they have not allowed Benoit Badiashile and Eduardo Camavinga to appear for France at the Olympics. Adds to Gorey and Nice. So these players are not allowed to leave their club because they are mainstay players for their respective clubs, and they would want to talk to them, and they don't want them to leave. Controversial, isn't it? Why would France announce that? But okay. Moving on. So Gianluca Di Marzio opens up about Manu Locatelli. He says Juventus wanted him, Arsenal wanted him, but now the player wants to wait for Juventus because he thinks Juventus could be the right step for his career. Whatever, think whatever you can. Whatever. Let's talk about more things. So, before touching a very important topic, Inter Milan are prepared to spend 15 million euros on Hakimi replacement. 15. They're going to make 80. They're spending only 15. Hector Bellerin and Zappacosta are believed to be the two important players that they could go for. So, Conrad Harrison on June of 18th said that Kieran Tierney has now agreed a 5-year contract at the club, and exactly 7 days after, it's confirmed. So, also here we go. Conrad Harrison says, Arsenal optimistic that they can still get their number one target, who has always been Martin Odegaard. Arteta loves him and believes he will be crucial to Arsenal going forward. So yeah, that is that. So now I will answer the question, why Ben White? Why Arsenal are even thinking to sign Ben White? Well, according to Men's Sport, Ben White was of interest to Manchester United as Solskjaer's side seek to bring in a central defender capable of partnering Maguire, but United were not willing to pay £50 million for him. White was understood to be receptive to a possible United move and very much sees himself as a big club player. Now, the Times say that Ben White transfer is expected to be followed by more reinforcements. No, that's not true. Okay, so here's the update. So Orbinio comes up with a stat. He says only 4 players made more interceptions than Ben White in the 2020-2021 season of the Premier League. Only 3 teams made fewer interceptions than Arsenal last season. So Arsenal are getting a kind of a best player. So if you can see interceptions, first Jan Bednarek, Brownhill, Neves, Bissouma, Souček, Van Bissaka and Ben White. Souček, Bissaka, Ben White are 5th in the interceptions list. So that improves them. Also, Giles Grimandi has an update about it. About this, he says one of the key off the ball aspects that excite him about the type of players Arsenal are after. Watching Ben White's film, he likes to step out and nick the ball from the ops, not just intercept it. He looks to then start attacks. Same with Lokonga. We want them in the teams in their half. So We want to hem teams in their half. So Giles says it's pretty much clear. Sambi Lokonga and Ben White are similar kind of players. They steal the ball and they immediately start the attack, and that is what Arsenal want. Get the ball, restart, reload, boom, shoot. That's what you want. So if that's the idea of bringing in Sambi Lokonga and Ben White, sign me up for some Arsenal jinx, Arsenal things, man, because I'm ready for this SHIT. So if you seek daily Arsenal content, if you're actually convinced with this whole Ben White situation, hit that like button. If you don't like me, hit that dislike button. Show it to me that you don't like me, and comment and let me know. Now, are you convinced about the Ben White situation? And of course, please tell me, do you guys actually believe in Kieran Tierney should be handed in the captaincy? I believe so. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. Cheers.